Right now, your brain is working against you, and you don't even know it. A study of over 25,000 participants published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience found that nearly 30% of people report experiencing what scientists call brain fog, a state where your thinking feels clouded, your focus is destroyed, and making simple decisions becomes almost impossible. Think about that. Almost 1 in 3 people are walking around right now unable to think clearly. And here's what makes this worse. You might be one of them and not even realize it. But here's the good news. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your brain gets foggy, how to fix it, and I'm going to give you a step-by-step system that will transform how you think, how you decide, and how you perform. Because imagine this. You're sitting at your desk at work, staring at an email you've read 4 times, and you still can't figure out what to write back. Or you're in a meeting, someone asks your opinion, and your mind goes completely blank. Or you come home after a long day and can't even decide what to eat for dinner. Sound familiar? That's not you being lazy. That's not you being stupid. That's your brain malfunctioning. And I'm about to show you how to fix it. Now, let me explain what's actually happening inside your head when you can't think clearly. Because once you understand this, everything else makes sense. Your brain has a command center. It's called the prefrontal cortex. It sits right here behind your forehead. A landmark study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences involving 344 individuals with brain lesions revealed that this region is critical for what scientists call cognitive control. Your ability to think clearly, make decisions, and resist impulses. This is the part of your brain you use when you're weighing whether to take a new job offer, when you're planning a vacation and comparing flights and hotels, or when you're trying to remember where you put your keys while also listening to your spouse talk about their day. The prefrontal cortex is your thinking center. It's what makes you, you. But here's the problem. This part of your brain is extremely sensitive. It gets tired. It gets damaged. It gets depleted. Research from Nature Reviews Neuroscience shows that your prefrontal cortex is one of the first areas to suffer when you don't take care of your brain. And when it suffers, you can't think straight. So the question becomes, what hurts your prefrontal cortex? And what heals it? That's exactly what we're going to cover. I'm going to give you 7 keys to thinking clearly. 7 scientifically proven methods that will sharpen your mind and clear the fog. But before we get there, I need to tell you about the biggest enemy of clear thinking. And I promise you, by the end of this, you'll never look at your nights the same way again. Let's talk about sleep. Okay, I know you've heard this before. Get more sleep. But listen, because what I'm about to tell you will shock you. According to research published in PMC on sleep deprivation, when you don't sleep enough, your brain cannot flush out toxic waste properly. There's a system in your brain called the glymphatic system. Think of it like a cleaning crew that comes in at night. When you sleep, this system activates. It washes away toxins, including something called beta amyloid, a protein that, when it builds up, is linked to Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. But when you don't sleep, the cleaning crew never shows up. The trash piles up. Your brain gets dirty. And research shows that sleep deprivation impairs your attention, your working memory, and your decision-making abilities. Imagine this. You only slept 5 hours last night. You wake up, drag yourself to work, and try to focus on an important report. But your brain keeps wandering. You read the same paragraph 3 times. You make a calculation error. You snap at a coworker for no reason. That's not a bad day. That's a sleep-deprived brain. Now here's something even more disturbing. A study from Frontiers in Neuroscience tested healthy adults and found that just 24 hours of sleep deprivation caused measurable changes in brain function. The P300 brainwave, a marker of cognitive processing, showed reduced amplitude. This means their brains were literally responding slower. And here's the kicker. The participants didn't realize how impaired they were. They thought they were functioning normally. but the data showed they were significantly worse at cognitive tasks. So here's key number 1 to thinking clearly. Protect your sleep. And I don't just mean getting enough hours, I mean getting quality sleep. According to research from the Sleep Foundation, both NREM and REM sleep stages are crucial for memory consolidation. NREM sleep helps with factual memory, remembering dates, names, information. REM sleep helps with procedural memory, learning skills, understanding sequences. If you cut your sleep short, you cut both types of memory processing. Your brain needs 7 to 9 hours, not 6, not "I'll catch up on the weekend." 7 to 9 hours every single night. Now, we've covered sleep, but that's just the beginning. Coming up, I'm going to reveal the hidden nutrient your brain runs on and how most people are starving their minds without knowing it. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to focus when you're really, really thirsty? It's almost impossible, right? Well, there's a reason for that, and it's way more serious than you think. Research published in the British Journal of Nutrition reviewed dozens of studies and found that dehydration significantly affects cognition and mood, especially in children and elderly people. Your brain is 73% water. Let me say that again, 73%. According to the Alzheimer's Drug Discovery Foundation, when you're dehydrated, your brain has to work harder to complete normal tasks. Brain imaging studies show increased neuronal activation in dehydrated people performing cognitive tasks. That means your brain is struggling, it's straining, it's burning more energy just to do the same work. And here's what happens when your brain overworks like this. You get tired faster, you get moody, your memory suffers. Picture this scenario. You're at the office. It's 2 p.m. You haven't had water since your morning coffee. You're trying to prepare for a presentation, but every sentence you write seems wrong. You keep second-guessing yourself. Your confidence drops. That's not imposter syndrome. That might just be dehydration. A prospective study published in BMC Medicine followed nearly 2,000 adults and found that lower hydration status was associated with greater cognitive decline over a 2-year period. 2 years of slower thinking because people weren't drinking enough water. So here's key number 2, hydrate your brain. The recommendations say women should consume about 2 to 2.7 liters of fluids per day. Men should consume 2.5 to 3.7 liters. That includes water from food, like fruits and vegetables. Watermelon, cucumbers, oranges, these all count. But here's a tip. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already mildly dehydrated, especially if you're older. The research shows that elderly adults are less sensitive to thirst signals. So set reminders. Keep a water bottle on your desk. Make it a habit. Your brain will thank you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Sleep? Check. Hydration? Check. But now we need to talk about fuel. Because your brain is the most energy-hungry organ in your body. It uses about 20% of your total energy, even though it's only about 2% of your body weight. And what does it run on? Glucose. Sugar. But here's the catch. It needs to be the right amount. Research from Washington State University and McLean Hospital found that cognitive processing speed was worse when blood glucose was too low or too high. Both extremes hurt your thinking. Too low? Your brain doesn't have enough fuel. It slows down. Too high? Your brain gets overwhelmed. It becomes inefficient. A study published in PLOS One examined people with normal blood sugar levels, not diabetics, and found that even within the normal range, higher blood glucose was associated with smaller brain volumes and worse cognitive performance. Smaller brains, from blood sugar that's considered normal. This is huge. So what does this mean for you? Here's key number 3. Stabilize your blood sugar. Don't skip breakfast and then eat a giant lunch. Don't have a sugary energy drink in the afternoon. Don't go hours without eating and then binge on pizza. Instead, eat regular, balanced meals. Include protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly. Think oatmeal with nuts in the morning instead of sugary cereal. Think grilled chicken salad for lunch instead of a sandwich with white bread and chips. Think snacking on almonds instead of candy. These choices matter. They affect how clearly you can think. And here's something fascinating. The research suggests that some people are more sensitive to glucose fluctuations than others. If you notice that your thinking gets fuzzy after eating certain foods, pay attention. That's your body telling you something. Track what you eat. Notice how you feel afterwards. Find the foods that make you sharp and avoid the ones that make you foggy. Now, we've covered 3 huge factors: sleep, hydration, and blood sugar. But coming up, I'm going to reveal the one activity that can literally grow new brain cells. And it's probably not what you think. Stay with me. All right, let's talk about something that will change how you see exercise forever. Because most people think exercise is just for your body, for your muscles, for your heart, for losing weight. But what if I told you exercise might be the most powerful tool for your brain? A comprehensive review published in PMC found that physical exercise enhances cognitive functions in both young and older adults. It improves memory. It sharpens attention. It boosts something called executive control, your ability to plan, organize, and make decisions. And here's what's incredible. Exercise actually changes the physical structure of your brain. Research shows that aerobic exercise increases the volume of the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for learning and memory. In one meta-analysis of 14 studies, aerobic exercise increased both right and left hippocampal volumes. Your brain grows from exercise. But how? How does moving your body change your brain? Let me explain. When you exercise, your body releases something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of it as fertilizer for your brain cells. BDNF helps neurons grow. It strengthens the connections between brain cells. It protects your brain from damage. According to researchers, exercise also increases blood flow to your brain, delivering more oxygen and glucose, the fuel your neurons need to fire properly. And there's more. A study from Scientific Reports found that exercising outdoors provided even greater cognitive benefits than exercising indoors. Participants who took a 15-minute walk outside showed improved performance and increased brainwave activity associated with attention and working memory. The combination of movement and nature? Powerful for your brain. So here's key number 4. Move your body daily. And listen, you don't need to become a marathon runner. Harvard Health reports that just 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week, like brisk walking, can boost your brain function. That's about 20 to 30 minutes a day. A walk around your neighborhood, a bike ride, a swim, dancing in your living room. Instead of sitting on your couch scrolling through social media for an hour, take a walk around the block while listening to a podcast. Instead of driving to the store that's half a mile away, walk there. Instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Small changes, big results. But here's the key. You need to be consistent. The research suggests it takes about 6 months of regular exercise before you start seeing significant cognitive benefits. So don't give up after a week. Don't expect instant results. Trust the process. Keep moving. Your brain is changing even when you can't see it. And a recent meta-analysis of 54 randomized controlled trials found that older adults showed the greatest benefits from exercise on global cognition, executive function, and memory. So if you're getting older and worried about your thinking slowing down, exercise is your best defense. Okay, we've covered 4 keys so far: sleep, hydration, blood sugar, and exercise. But now I need to tell you about something ancient, something that monks have practiced for thousands of years, something that modern science is finally proving works. I'm talking about meditation. I know. Some of you just rolled your eyes. Meditation? Really? But wait, before you skip ahead, listen to the research. A study published in Consciousness and Cognition tested people with zero meditation experience. They gave them just 4 days of meditation training, 20 minutes a day. That's it, 4 days. The results? Significantly improved working memory, executive functioning, and visuospatial processing. 4 days. And it gets better. A massive meta-analysis of 111 randomized controlled trials published in PMC examined the effects of mindfulness-based interventions on cognitive function. The conclusion? Mindfulness consistently improves executive attention, sustained attention, and global cognition. This isn't woo-woo pseudoscience. This is peer-reviewed research. So what's actually happening in your brain when you meditate? Research from PMC on neural mechanisms shows that meditation activates and strengthens the prefrontal cortex. Remember, that's your thinking and decision-making center. It also reduces activity in the amygdala, the part of your brain that triggers stress and anxiety. Basically, meditation calms the parts of your brain that cause panic and strengthens the parts that help you think clearly. A systematic review published in PMC found that mindfulness practices induce neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. Meditation increases cortical thickness, improves brain connectivity, and enhances neurotransmitter levels. Your brain physically changes. It becomes more efficient, more resilient, more powerful. So here's key number 5. Practice daily meditation. And before you say, I don't have time, remember, 4 days of 20-minute sessions produced measurable improvements. You can start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly. Focus on your breath. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back to your breath. That's it. That's meditation. Instead of checking your phone the moment you wake up, sit on the edge of your bed for 5 minutes and just breathe. Instead of doom scrolling during your lunch break, find a quiet spot and close your eyes for 10 minutes. Instead of watching TV before bed, do a short guided meditation using a free app. Do it daily. Make it a habit. And here's a tip. Don't judge yourself when your mind wanders. The wandering is part of the training. Every time you notice your mind has drifted and you bring it back, that's like doing a bicep curl for your attention muscle. The more you practice, the stronger that muscle gets. All right, now, let's talk about something that might be destroying your thinking without you realizing it. And this one is sneaky. It's called decision fatigue. A conceptual analysis published in PMC defines decision fatigue as the deterioration in the quality of decisions after a long session of decision-making. Your brain gets tired from making choices, and when it gets tired, it starts making bad choices. Or worse, it stops making choices altogether. Remember the last time you came home after a brutal day at work? You opened the fridge, looked at all the options, and thought, I have no idea what I want. So you ordered pizza, or ate cereal for dinner, or just didn't eat. That's decision fatigue. Or think about shopping online. You start comparing products. This one has better reviews. That one is cheaper. This one ships faster. After an hour of comparing, you close the browser and buy nothing. You're exhausted. That's decision fatigue. And here's what's scary. Research shows that decision fatigue doesn't just affect your choices, it affects your self-control. When your brain is depleted from making decisions, you're more likely to act impulsively, procrastinate, or give in to temptation. The famous study on Israeli judges? According to research published in PNAs, the likelihood of a favorable parole decision started at about 65% at the beginning of a session and dropped to nearly zero by the end. Zero. Judges were denying parole not because the prisoners deserved it, but because the judges' brains were tired. And then, after a food break, the approval rate jumped back up to 65%. Their brains got refueled. And suddenly, they could think clearly again. That's terrifying when you think about it. Life-changing decisions, affected by whether someone had lunch. But here's the good news. You can protect yourself from decision fatigue. So here's key number 6. Reduce your daily decisions. How do you do this? First, automate the small stuff. Wear the same type of clothes every day, like Steve Jobs with his black turtleneck, or Mark Zuckerberg with his gray t-shirt. Eat the same breakfast every morning. Take the same route to work. These might seem like tiny decisions, but they add up. Second, make your important decisions in the morning. That's when your brain is fresh. Don't schedule a critical meeting at 4 p.m. when your mental energy is lowest. Third, prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes, plan your meals, create a to-do list. When you wake up, the decisions are already made. Fourth, take breaks. Remember those Israeli judges? Food breaks reset their decision-making ability. Schedule short breaks throughout your day. Walk away from your desk. Eat a healthy snack. Let your brain recover. Fifth, simplify your options. If your closet has 50 shirts, you have to make a harder decision every morning. Cut it down to 10 shirts you love. Fewer options means easier choices. Research from Frontiers in Cognition confirms that high workload and excessive decision-making deplete cognitive resources, leading to worse decisions over time. So protect your mental energy. Treat it like a budget. Don't spend it on things that don't matter. Now, we've covered 6 keys: sleep, hydration, blood sugar, exercise, meditation, and reducing decision fatigue. But there's one more. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. Because you can do everything right, and this one thing can still destroy your clear thinking. Let me tell you about the silent killer of cognition: chronic stress. This is serious, so pay attention. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. That's the fight or flight hormone. It's meant to help you survive emergencies, like running from a predator. But here's the problem. In modern life, your brain can't tell the difference between a lion chasing you and an angry email from your boss. It releases cortisol both times. And when cortisol is constantly elevated, it destroys your brain. Research on sleep deprivation from PMC shows that chronic stress disrupts the connection between your prefrontal cortex and your emotional brain. This means you lose the ability to regulate your emotions and think clearly at the same time. You become reactive instead of thoughtful. Studies on meditation and stress found that mindfulness training significantly reduces perceived stress and increases cognitive flexibility. When stress goes down, thinking goes up. Think about the last time you were really stressed. Maybe you were running late for something important. Your heart was pounding. Your mind was racing. Could you think clearly? Could you make good decisions? Or were you fumbling, forgetting things, making mistakes? That's what stress does to your brain. It hijacks your thinking. So here's key number 7. Manage your stress actively. This isn't about just relax. This is about building systems to keep your stress under control. Create boundaries with work. Stop checking emails after 7 p.m. Take your full lunch break. Build recovery time into your schedule. 1 day a week with no obligations. Spend time in nature. Research shows that being outdoors reduces stress and improves cognitive function. Connect with people you love. Social support is one of the strongest buffers against stress. And yes, meditate. We already covered this, but it bears repeating. Meditation is one of the most effective stress reduction tools ever studied. A 3-month mindfulness training program at major companies showed that participants had reduced stress and improved cognitive flexibility. And these effects persisted 3 months after the training ended. The benefits lasted. even after they stopped the formal training, because they had rewired their brains to handle stress better. All right, let's recap what we've covered so far. Key 1, protect your sleep. 7 to 9 hours, every night, no exceptions. Key 2, hydrate your brain. 2 to 3 liters of fluids daily. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Key 3, stabilize your blood sugar. Eat regular, balanced meals. Avoid sugar spikes and crashes. Key 4, move your body daily. At least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week. Key 5, practice daily meditation. Even 5 minutes makes a difference. Key 6, reduce your daily decisions. Automate the small stuff. Make important choices in the morning. Key 7, manage your stress actively. Build recovery into your life. 7 keys, each one backed by science. Each one within your control. But wait, we're not done yet. Because now I want to give you something practical, something you can start tomorrow. I'm going to walk you through an ideal day for clear thinking, a template you can follow, a routine that incorporates everything we've discussed. This is the part you've been waiting for. All right, here we go, the ultimate daily routine for clear thinking. I'm going to walk you through an entire day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. Every step is designed to optimize your brain function. You don't have to do everything on day 1. Start with what feels manageable. Add more over time. But this is the template. Let's begin. 6 a.m., the wake up. Your alarm goes off. But here's the rule. Do not touch your phone. The moment you check emails, social media, or news, you're flooding your brain with information. You're making decisions before you're even fully awake. You're starting your day in reactive mode instead of intentional mode. Instead, do this. Sit on the edge of your bed. Take 5 deep breaths. In through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Out through your mouth for 6 counts. Feel your body waking up slowly. This sets the tone. You're telling your brain, I'm in control today. 6:15 a.m. Hydration first. Before coffee, before food, water. Remember, you just went 7 or 8 hours without drinking anything. Your brain is dehydrated. Your cells are thirsty. Drink a full glass of water, about 500 milliliters. Some people add lemon for taste. Some people drink it warm. It doesn't matter how. Just drink it first. The research we discussed showed that rehydrating after mild dehydration reverses cognitive impairment in executive function. So this simple habit, drinking water first thing, can literally make you smarter in the morning. 6:30 a.m. Movement. This doesn't have to be intense. You don't need to run a marathon at dawn. A 10-minute walk outside, some stretching, a few yoga poses, jumping jacks in your living room, anything that gets your blood flowing. Remember what we learned? Research from scientific reports found that exercising outdoors provides greater cognitive benefits. So if you can, get outside. Feel the morning air. Let natural light hit your eyes. This does 2 things. First, it wakes up your body and brain. Second, exposure to morning light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which means better sleep tonight. If you have more time, extend this to 30 minutes. Go for a jog, do a home workout, ride your bike. But even 10 minutes makes a difference. Don't let "I don't have time" be your excuse. 7 a.m. Meditation. After movement, stillness. Find a quiet spot. Sit comfortably. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes. Focus on your breath, in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. You might think about your to-do list. You might remember an argument from yesterday. You might feel restless and want to stop. That's normal. Don't fight it. Just notice it and return to your breath. Remember the research? Just 4 days of 20-minute sessions improved working memory and executive function in people who had never meditated before. This isn't wasted time. This is brain training. You're strengthening the neural pathways that help you focus, resist distraction, and think clearly. 7:15 a.m. A brain-healthy breakfast. Time to fuel up, but what you eat matters enormously. Avoid sugary cereals, pastries, or just coffee. These cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, and when your blood sugar crashes, so does your thinking. Instead, aim for a balanced meal: protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Here's an example: 2 scrambled eggs with spinach, a slice of whole grain toast with avocado, and some berries on the side. Or oatmeal topped with nuts, seeds, and banana. Or Greek yogurt with chia seeds and honey. These meals provide steady energy. No spikes, no crashes, just consistent fuel for your brain. The research from PLOS One showed that even normal blood sugar levels, when on the higher end, were associated with reduced brain volume and cognitive performance. So keeping your blood sugar stable isn't just for diabetics. It's for everyone who wants to think clearly. 8 a.m. Tackle your hardest task. Your brain is fresh right now. Your willpower is at its peak. This is when you should do your most demanding cognitive work. Don't start by checking emails. Don't start with meetings. Don't start with administrative tasks. Start with the project that requires deep thinking, the report that needs careful analysis, the creative work that demands full concentration, the problem you've been putting off. Research on decision fatigue shows that our cognitive resources deplete throughout the day. By afternoon, you'll have less mental energy. So use your best hours for your best work. Block this time on your calendar. Tell people you're unavailable. Put your phone in another room. Close unnecessary browser tabs. Create an environment where focus is possible. This single habit, protecting your morning hours for deep work, can transform your productivity. 10 a.m. First break. You've been working hard for 2 hours. Time to recover. Stand up, walk around, get away from your desk, refill your water bottle, and actually drink it. Look out a window. Let your eyes focus on something far away for a few minutes. This reduces eye strain and gives your brain a different kind of input. If possible, step outside for 5 minutes. Fresh air, natural light. A brief change of environment. Remember the Israeli judges study? Their decision-making dramatically improved after breaks. Your brain needs these recovery periods to function at its best. Don't skip breaks thinking you'll be more productive. You won't. You'll just burn out faster and make worse decisions. 10:15 a.m. Return to work. Back to it. But now you can handle those emails and meetings. Your hardest thinking is already done. Process your inbox, respond to messages, handle administrative tasks. These activities still require cognitive effort, but they're less demanding than deep creative or analytical work. Save them for when your mental energy is lower. 12:30 p.m. Lunch. Another chance to fuel your brain properly. Don't eat at your desk. Step away from work. Choose a meal that won't make you sleepy. Heavy, carb-loaded lunches cause afternoon crashes. Aim for lean protein, vegetables, and some complex carbs. Grilled chicken salad. A veggie-packed soup with whole grain bread. A Buddha bowl with quinoa, chickpeas, and roasted vegetables. Avoid the temptation of fast food, sugary drinks, or massive portions. These will sabotage your afternoon. And hydrate. Another glass or 2 of water with your meal. 1:30 p.m. The afternoon slump. Ah, yes, the dreaded afternoon slump. That time when your eyelids get heavy and your brain feels like it's moving through mud. This is normal. It's called the post-lunch dip, and it happens to almost everyone. But here's how to fight it. First, take a short walk after lunch. Even 10 minutes helps digestion and boosts alertness. Second, if you can, consider a brief nap. I'm talking 10 to 20 minutes, no longer. A short nap can restore alertness without causing grogginess. Some of the most successful companies in the world now have nap rooms for this reason. Third, have a small, healthy snack if needed. A handful of nuts, an apple with almond butter, something to stabilize your blood sugar without causing a spike. Fourth, do lighter tasks during this period if possible. Review documents, organize files, attend low-stakes meetings. Save demanding work for when you're sharper. 3 p.m. Second wind. For many people, energy returns in the mid-afternoon. Use this wisely. If you have remaining deep work, tackle it now. If not, use this time for collaborative work, creative brainstorming, or learning something new. Keep hydrating. Keep snacking smart if needed. 5 p.m. Wind down work. As the workday ends, start transitioning your brain out of work mode. Write down what you accomplished today. This gives your brain closure. Write down your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. This prevents your brain from worrying about them all evening. Clean your workspace. A tidy desk means a calmer mind. Close your work applications. Log out of email. Create a boundary between work and rest. Research on stress shows that recovery time is essential for cognitive health. If you're always on, your brain never gets the rest it needs. 6 p.m. Exercise, if morning didn't happen. If you didn't exercise in the morning, now is the time. Go for a run, hit the gym, take a fitness class, play a sport. Remember, the research shows that exercise improves memory, attention, and executive function. It releases BDNF, increases blood flow to your brain, and reduces stress. Evening exercise has an added benefit. It helps you release the tension of the day. That frustrating meeting? Run it off. That stressful deadline? Lift it away. Just be careful not to exercise too close to bedtime. Intense exercise within 2 hours of sleep can make it harder to fall asleep for some people. 7 p.m. Dinner. Your final meal of the day. Keep it balanced. Don't eat too heavy or too late. A huge meal right before bed can disrupt your sleep. Include vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats. Limit alcohol. While it might help you fall asleep, it destroys sleep quality. Your REM sleep suffers. And remember, REM sleep is crucial for memory consolidation and cognitive function. 8 p.m. Evening routine. Time to prepare your brain for sleep. Dim the lights in your home. Bright lights signal to your brain that it's still daytime. Reduce screen time. The blue light from phones and computers suppresses melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy. Do calming activities. Read a book, a physical book, not an e-reader. Take a warm bath. Listen to relaxing music. Have a conversation with family. Prepare for tomorrow. Lay out your clothes. Pack your bag. Review your schedule. This reduces morning decisions and stress. 9:30 p.m. Final meditation. Before bed, another brief meditation session. 5 to 10 minutes. Focus on relaxation this time. Body scan meditation works well. Start at your feet. Notice any tension. Consciously relax those muscles. Move up to your legs, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your neck, your face. This signals to your nervous system that it's time to rest. The research on mindfulness shows that meditation reduces amygdala reactivity and improves emotional regulation. A calmer mind before bed means better sleep. 10 p.m. Sleep. Lights out. Your bedroom should be dark. Use blackout curtains if needed. Your bedroom should be cool. Around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal for most people. Your bedroom should be quiet. Use earplugs or a white noise machine if necessary. Your phone should be out of reach. Not on your nightstand. Not within arm's length. In another room if possible. The research is clear. Quality sleep allows your glymphatic system to flush toxins from your brain. It consolidates memories. It restores cognitive function. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Protect this time like your life depends on it, because in many ways, your brain's life does. And that's it. That's your day. Wake up intentionally. Hydrate immediately. Move your body. meditate, eat well, do deep work when your brain is fresh, take breaks, manage your energy, wind down properly, sleep deeply. Every single step is backed by research. Every single step contributes to clear thinking. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This is a lot. I can't do all of this. And you're right. You probably can't do all of it immediately. So don't try. Pick one thing from this video. Just one. Maybe it's drinking water first thing in the morning. Maybe it's taking a real lunch break. Maybe it's going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Start there. Make it a habit. Then add another element, and another. Over time, these small changes compound. They build on each other. And before you know it, you're thinking more clearly than you ever have. Your focus is sharper. Your decisions are better. Your memory is stronger. Your mood is more stable. Not because you took a magic pill, not because you found some secret hack, but because you started treating your brain like the precious organ it is. Remember what we learned at the beginning? Nearly 30% of people report brain fog, difficulty thinking, focusing, and making decisions. You don't have to be one of them. The research is clear. The path is proven. The tools are in your hands. Now it's up to you. So let me ask you one final question. What's the one thing you're going to change starting tomorrow? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll be there cheering you on. Because clear thinking isn't just about productivity or success. It's about living fully, being present with the people you love, making decisions you're proud of, becoming the best version of yourself. And that's worth fighting for. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button, share it with someone who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of that beautiful brain of yours.